here this evening. Do these pants make me look fat? Oh, now what was you supposed to tell me? What did he just teach you? Allow me to have a different opinion. Isn't that what you were ready to say? I know it was. Okay, fearless negotiator. Carrie said I'm fearless. Now, I fear less because I know a whole lot more how to ask for what I want and for what I need. So let's talk about that first negotiation. Do you have to make that noise? Do you really have to make that noise? Do you know what time it is? Oh, that's right. You're an alarm clock. Of course you know what time it is. It's 7 o'clock. I am not a morning person. I don't know how many of you are, but I am not a morning person. And so the alarm goes off, and the negotiation begins. Snooze alarm, anybody a snooze alarm person? I'm so glad to know I'm not alone. How many do you usually hit it?
5 or 6.
Oh, my kind of woman, she hits it 5 or 6 times. Okay, you got me beat. I only do 3. And I hit it, and by the 3rd time, all right, I might use a fist because it's way too early. And that little conversation with an alarm clock is my first negotiation of the day. And it goes on and on from there. Do I wear all black with a red blouse, or do I wear the red vest and the white shirt? Those little voices in my head happen all day long. It's pretty busy in here. I know I'm among people who understand that conversation that happens, and that may be the toughest negotiation you ever have, or will have, is the one that happens in your head. When I am ready for another type of a negotiation, I have to do a whole lot more work than just that one with the snooze alarm. So let's take a thought about what kind of negotiations have you had? I don't know how many of you have ever negotiated with Walmart, but it's possible. I'll tell you about it. I was at the Lake of the Ozarks visiting my sister Nancy, and her deck, no flowers. She said, I need flowers. And I thought, it's the 4th of July, you need flowers? It's a little late. She says, no, I really must have hibiscus. If you haven't seen hibiscus, they're beautiful, wonderful, colorful flowers, sometimes like this big. She said, let's go to Walmart. I love Walmart. Almost always I love Walmart. And up we drove. Now I said, timing is everything for this negotiation. So we arrived at high noon at 100-degree temperature, and you see all those plants out there. I'm a plant and I'm dying, somebody water me. No water, soil was dry, and I thought, we're gonna get a good deal here. She wanted 4 of them. We walk up to the lady at the counter and I said, I didn't see any sale signs on these. What's up with that? It's the 4th of July, it's 100 degrees. She said, oh, they're not marked down. I said, well, what could you do for me? That's an open-ended question. What can you do for me? She said, maybe 10%. Now, before we arrived, I had set a goal. I want 50% off. I thought that was fair, don't you? I mean, it's the 4th of July. Who else is she going to buy? Who could she sell them to but us? She says, nope, only 10%. I said, how about we call your manager? Manager gets on the phone. She won't dignify me and treat me well enough to come over. She gets on the phone. She says, I suppose I could give you 20%. Now, what was my goal? There you go, 50%. So we aren't even getting warm yet. And I said, well, what can I do about that? And she says, well, you could go up to customer service all the way across the store. Remember my sister Nancy? She was standing right beside me proudly. My sister's the fearless negotiator. As I'm marching up to customer service, I'm Nancy, Nancy. She didn't want to be, like, no one should know that that's her sister. And the next thing I find her is hiding behind swimming suits, peeking out. She doesn't even want to stand beside me and show how proudly we ask for a bigger discount. So customer service, I said, we want to get those flowers in the back. What kind of discount can I get? And she said, none. We are moving in the wrong direction. I've had 10, I've had 20, and now none. What's with this? She said, we have an arrangement with our suppliers, and they'll take back every flower we send them. I can return 100%. What body language did you see? Her head going, we can return them, and her hands on her hips showing she's the authority. And I thought, she's lying. She can't return dead flowers. Nobody in their right mind would do that. I said, why don't we get the store manager? You know, the ultimate authority, and that's another tip I should give you, is find the ultimate authority. Store manager comes up. I explain my situation. He said, how much would you like to offer for those? I said, 50% off. And he goes, okay, Margaret, write them up, 50% off. Got what I wanted. Yes, that's the way you do it. You have a goal in mind, you walk in, you're prepared, and you make the ask. You make the ask in an open-ended question, and you ask the right person, the decision maker. We were sailing now. I said, Nancy, back up the truck. We got them. And we went home with these beautiful hibiscus flowers. So what are the lessons you've learned? Prepare, know who you're talking to, know what you want. I don't always do that, however. I learn a lot from train wrecks. You know, train wrecks are cool unless you're the engineer on the train. It's fun to watch. Let me take you to the days I lived in sunny Southern California. I was single. I thought I was hot. And we're out there in Southern California, and I'm coming home from work one day, and I thought every cool California girl needs a sports car. And as I'm driving home, I see my car. It's a silver Mitsubishi RX-7. It looks like almost as cool as a Corvette. It is moving when it is sitting still. It's so pretty. I turn my car, my very comfortable Honda Accord, by the way, very sensible, in to get a look and drive an RX-7. And before you know it, I'm going down the 405, wind in my hair, top down. I am in love with this car. It had everything I wanted. Sound system, a giant cup holder. I don't know if any of you like big gulps, but okay, I can't drive without a big gulp right there beside me. It had it all. I said, let's go talk money. Sit down. He says, well, you know, it's $25,000. Yeah, I know. I want to be so proud because I've got enough money. I can buy this and I know my credit's good. My ego is what's talking, not the negotiator. And so when I say, well, how much can you do? Open-ended question, how much can you do? He said, well, you're so lucky you're here today. Let me be honest with you. Don't do business with someone who says, let me be honest with you, because everything that they said before is a lie, and everything coming is going to be a lie. So let me be honest, salesman said. I think I can get you maybe $2,000 off. I had no idea whether $2,000 was good or bad. And he said, but I'll take it to my boss. He is gone like 30 seconds. I knew I was in trouble. It didn't take him but 30 seconds. He comes back and he says, oh man, he was tough with me, but I think I can get it. You know, I can't even feed my kids on the money I'm going to make on this deal. I'm worried about his kids. Oh, could you just like another $1,000? Oh, I don't know, you're pushing your limits, lady. Again, back there 30 seconds, he's back and he says, we can make a deal. And I went home with my car of a lifetime, my dream car. I had fallen in love with the car. Don't fall in love with anything that you're going to buy. It's trouble and you'll spend too much money. So I said, okay, I made a bad deal. That's the last bad deal I'm going to make. I came home to Kansas in my sports car, and I said, it's time for a sensible car, and it's also time for a sensible man. I was still single, and I met a fellow who's sitting over there, and he said, I'm a negotiator, and I said, so am I, but I need some help. He said, let me help you buy a car. So there we were, off to the Ford dealership, a sensible car again, a Taurus, a Ford Taurus. We went into the dealership. Before we go, I must tell you, he said, do your homework. My job, negotiator. Your job, research. I researched Kelley Blue Book and asked my banker, and I read books on negotiation, and I read books on cars because I'm ready. I know I had made a bad deal before. When we went in, he said, my job's negotiation, and don't talk in front of the salespeople. I think they're recording what we say. Now, he may have gone a little far on that, but back in the day, there were car dealers who recorded things. And we went in. It was sunny afternoon. It was winter. It was cold. And we started the negotiation. And it went 4 rounds. It started at $18,000, and we brought it down some. And I think it was 4 rounds we went. We were $50 apart. And we were at my target amount, which was $13,750. And that was my target. And we were $50 away. And Dwayne said, flip a coin. We flipped a coin, we lost, it was $50. We didn't care. We were right there on the money that I wanted to pay for a car. Now, you can refocus your thinking about negotiations, because some of you may not negotiate much, and some of you may negotiate all the time, everything you do, starting with that alarm clock. If you begin to look at negotiations now, research, like I did for the car, you look at what your goal is and what their goal is. At Walmart, they want to sell flowers, I want to sell flowers. At the car dealer, they want to sell cars, I want to buy a car. I did my homework, I understood their needs and wants. I knew how to ask for what I wanted. I knew how to listen to what they said to me. Remember the guy who said, I want to be honest with you? At least I heard that part. And it was a warning. So we listen to what they say, we ask good questions, and you will narrow the gap between the price they ask for and the price you want to pay. Whether it's you're buying equipment for your kid's soccer team, or whether you're closing a multi-million-dollar deal, you follow the same steps to negotiate. And doesn't that make you relax a little when you think, this process for these things Mary talked about will help me at what I do? And that's the beauty of negotiations. You rinse and repeat. You do what it takes, and you get what you want. The beginning of every negotiation starts with making the ask. My favorite saying is, if you don't ask, you don't get. You're a fearless negotiator when you ask, because if you ask, you will receive what you want in life. I hope each of you tries one of those techniques this evening or no later than tomorrow. I challenge you to do that. And when you save money, when you close a deal that you didn't know you would, send me an email. Let me know how successful you were, because I know when you ask, you will receive. Thank you.